Welcome back. This is going to be a follow-up post to the blog I did last month called Mapping the S&P E-Mini. It's about them, not you. So this is where we mapped the weekly S&P and weekly stocks, several stocks, right into the apex of the storm. And the point of that blog was we get our emotions and our buttons pushed during times of high volatility and uncertainty. And we just wanted to use some very objective, simple methods in order to ground ourselves and see what is as a starting point, especially in the middle of the panic that went on. So let's see how we did. Alright, let's look at some of the stocks we were mapping with swings. And keep in mind what we were doing was using a combination of where did they come from and just balanced swings, and where do they come from, meaning right, where do they launch from. It's a gap. And so this was AVGO, and what we want to do is not say, oh, we have this brilliant system. We want to use these things to learn. So we marked this guy down in here as a possibility for an expansion. So what did we learn? What we learned was price will often do these little swings, little swings, little swings, little swings, and then grow up into be a bigger swing. You see, this is what median lines, center lines, action, reaction. What we also learned is when you draw a median line set, that particular swing can double out, and that's what this bottom parallel of a median line set is showing. So this was price getting squinchy, 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 and so this is where we marked it. This is where I was looking at buys, where it came from, and I was looking at swings doubling out, and that's current. So we're just following this guy. If it takes out a high, right, that will be my new swing. If it rolls down here and takes out a low, then this will be my new swing. So that's AVGO. Let's have a look at some of the others we tracked. We looked at Bank of America, and although I've got some fancy lines, this is where we left off. We were just looking at swings. So if you take this map and just say what was the biggest swing, and then you can begin to map it. See, forget about the line, just see the mapping. This is the largest, and this is what we mapped it right into, and that's what the line is representing basically. And then we got a little fancy with a sliding parallel just to catch the slop, and we landed right in it, and a little lackluster, but we're getting a bounce. So we're just following these swings. If it makes a new low, okay, that's fine. And just like with any trades, you know, during panics, if you want to take your shot at something, take your shot, but use a stop. You're wrong, you're wrong. That's trading. This is trading no matter how you're trading it. Take a stop. If you're wrong, take the risk, but don't just hang on to it and average into it and pray and hope. And so we'll keep an eye on back. Let's look at a few of these others. We did AVGO. How about Squarespace? We left Squarespace off right here. And I'm using a modified shift to project. Now notice what we have here. We don't have anything to use as a major swing to come down. So what I call this a press structure, meaning you get two relative swings and an expansion. It's where they came from. Think of it like a big gap. Think of it like supply and demand. Oh my God, emergency. We have to get toilet paper. Pretty soon there's no more toilet paper left. Everybody jumps and catches all the toilet paper. There's plenty of toilet paper in the world. But now, up here, everybody ran so fast after it, there's no more toilet paper. Even though there's plenty in the world, they just can't get it on the shelves. And so then price comes, falls back after the panic's over. Things find a balance. So, supply demand. And this is current. We got sellers up here. Now what we could do, we did break this minor swing now. We did break this swing going down. So what we can do is measure this. Okay, we can measure this to this side. And then we'll follow this guy. It looks like it's already beat it. So we'll keep an eye on this guy. What I want you to see with these expansions is it's trying to make little, it's trying to make a big swing. So if it makes a new high, this will become our next reaction leg. So we have AVGO. How about VRTX? VRTX, we're mapping swings. We're mapping where it came from, the gap. It's just hovering up there about where we left it. And I think we left it here. Yeah. So it made a small minor. Looks like it was trying to follow those guys. So major, the minor projected. So you see the minor's in charge. And boom. These minors usually give in to a major eventually. So we're going to keep this map up. How about our Gilead? We mapped Gilead. It looks like it's running into the sellers. We mapped it somewhere around here, I think. It looks like it's running into those sellers and this swing here. See, this is just mapping swings. Mapping swings. Now, you'll see these patterns all day long on your tick charts, on your futures charts, on your currency charts. Now, who knows what this leads to? Maybe this is a nice sell off of here, or think about when these guys connect. All right, think about connecting these guys. So that's our direction it's going in. So maybe it's a sell off of here, or maybe we zoom and buy this next year. Who knows? But this is our map. We'll follow it out. We'll see if the sell pushes on down. We'll see how these guys hold. And I think we had one more. Apple. All right. Let's get rid of some of this fancy stuff I've been doing. So, what did Apple do? I drew out Apple basically wanting a bargain, and they're not interested in giving me a bargain. So, whenever stocks come off hard, whenever there's a panic, this is what I look for. I look for where did they come from, right? Whenever they're up here, there's a panic. Where did they come from? They came from here. Where did these guys come from? They came from here. But Apple's strong. It's not giving me a bargain yet. Let's look and see if it did a swing. It did about the same size swing there. So I didn't want to chase Apple. You can look at my price action blog. I was talking about outside bars and tails and such, but that's what I was marking out. So I'm still hanging out waiting for 150 in Apple. And I think we have we did a weekly CAD, didn't we? All right. So our weekly CAD, we busted this, and now I'm watching. And we're watching. So you can see I'm drawing this as, look at the thickness of all of these buyers. So this becomes a major point for me to consider when I see that. When I see the thickness in all of these, meaning you get here, you can apply the 3 types of trades. You can push, type 2, expand, continue, or type 3, reverse. So the CAD's very interesting. The oil's been very interesting. And we'll just follow this. Again, look at the map. If I mark out major swings, let your eye come in here and say, where's the minor swing? So we're going to watch this. I'm not teaching a particular way to build a system and trade. I'm teaching a way to follow markets and then learn from markets, and then you can create from there. A lot of things you can create from this. It's a very simple way to orient yourself rather than looking for setups or indicator statistics or anything like that. All right, so that's the round of the markets. We'll come back and we'll keep following this weekly S&P. We'll see where this ends. And I just want you to see what we did live with simple lessons that you could learn from mapping the markets blogs. Very simple. I want you to see that it didn't take me. You could have done this. What we did live here in the heat of the battle was just see what is. And compare that what is to all the predicting and speculating and news. You always have to start with what is, no matter where you're at, no matter what's going on. That's the most effective place to start. You can't start in your head. Just look at all the predicting and all the noise that went on all month. It was a historical period in the markets. And it discombobbled me. So look at how it discombobbled you at the time, and then learn to just come back to center with something simple, and then make your decisions. All right, we'll keep following some of these guys. Some of them are pretty interesting. I got positions in some of them, and so we'll go from there. Thank you.